it's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are exploring part 2 of my 2-part series of my granny's cottage. So in today's video, I'm working on the interior of this home. This is a build I did a few weeks ago and it is up on the gallery if you want to download it. But for this interior, I wanted to go with something traditional, something, that looks like Granny furnished it. And right now I'm using the custom mirror trick where you can pick one of these oversized picture frames and then you get the modern looking really big mirrors and you kind of just layer them up to create this kind of custom looking really large mirror. And I used Tool Mod, I think, as well by Twisted Mexi to kind of just make that frame hug that mirror just a little bit better. And yeah, just adding, I think I added some books and some plants, really cheap small plants to kind of furnish out the fireplace. And this little room that I'm working on is just like the front room. It's the first time I've had a build where I don't include a TV in a home, and Granny's main entertainment when you visit her cottage is books. She loves to read books, and so it's just in the living room here. She's got a really big bookshelf, nice little reading nook going on, and it's very cozy. And yeah, I like having builds where it's just not always the same items you use time and time again. Like I feel like in all of my builds, I'm always adding like a painting easel and a TV and like flower pots. It's really hard for me to like not add those items. Yeah, but for this one, I just wanted it to be a little bit lost in time. So yeah, maybe they don't have TVs and when Granny is time in this house. So yeah, and I added that clock. I started to use it a lot in my builds recently. Is that like grandfather clock? And so yeah, I think it's quite cozy in there. I'm liking the front room vibes. This is a very small home, so it just has a living room, a kitchen, and a bedroom. So right now I'm working on the kitchen, and for this I'm doing a custom floor where I think it's the concrete swatches, and I used I think Shift F on your keyboard, and it creates these quarter tiles, and I use them to kind of make my own diamond pattern flooring, and then I used just some of the classic wallpaper. And another thing about this build, I think I mentioned it in the last one, but this is entirely base game, so if you don't have any packs, yeah, I think I did in the last video mention this, but if you don't have any packs, you can totally download this, and it's entirely base game, so anyone can download it and enjoy. And just putting up the cabinets for this home, and I struggled with this for a while, but I really like the end cabinets that we have in game. The only problem is that they snap really weird because they're meant to be on like corners and things, but I like them just as like a nice little half glass cabinet. And so yeah, I kind of just stuck it in the wall kind of about where I wanted it, and then I used Tool Mod to kind of lower it, because you can see me doing it again. I used another one and I just kind of let it snap to the wall, and then I just used Tool Mod to kind of raise it where I want it to be, and I thought that was kind of nice. It makes a little bit different of a upper cabinet layout than I normally like to do. And yeah, I just definitely, I like how cozy this house is, and it's small, but it definitely has a lot of character to it. Using Tool Mod a lot in this build. I feel like if you're just going to do a base game build, Tool Mod's kind of necessary at times to kind of keep things interesting, because base game can get a bit boring, but if you have Tool Mod, it just makes life so much easier, and you just can kind of put things where you want it to go. And so yeah, I think I use it a lot in here to like size up things, slice stuff down, just to make it sort of fit right, because Toolmod's so great in the fact that you can scale things to however you want it to be. You can put things wherever you want it to go. You can manipulate them to go in all sorts of angles and directions. And so yeah, fun fact, I think for the last couple of weeks I haven't been able to use Toolmod because I feel a bit like a noob. But basically, when we had the spa day refresh, I think I downloaded the latest version of Toolmod, and then it wasn't working. And for the longest time, I didn't know why it wasn't running in my game. You know, mods were enabled. I put it in the mods folder, and then up until recently, like I just went about my life and did other things because I have a lot of backlog of like videos that I've recorded but I need to edit. And I was working on a build maybe last week, and I was looking at Toolmod again and like, why aren't you working? And then I realized that I didn't unzip the folder. Oh, I felt so silly, like a silly bean. But yeah, so if you're new to like mods and things, and you're gonna if you're gonna use Twisted Mexie's tool mod, which will leave a link down below where you can download it. But if you download it, make sure that when you download it, you unzip the file, and then there'll be a file that says tool, and that's what you drag and drop into your mods folder. And then your tool mod will work, and then life will be great. I never realized how much I needed tool mod in my building till I was like without it for several weeks, and I feel so silly, but I have it again, and I'm working on quite a few builds that had the tool mod, and it's been glorious. And I hope you like what I'm going to be showing on the channel, as well as Instagram. I do a lot of stuff on Instagram these days, so if you want to see some bonus content, definitely head over to my Instagram. My handle over there is SarahDipitySims. But yeah, back to the builds. I just used Toolmod to use kind of, I don't know, framed book looking thing that we have locked in like for career items that are hidden in the game. I don't know what career you get like that as a reward or whatever, but I used it to kind of be as like a stand-in cookbook for grandma, that she's, you know, in the kitchen making cupcakes or pie or something, and she's looking through her recipes. And so yeah, I used Toolmod with that to angle it and put it in the kitchen. And then, even though this is a small house, I did add lots of seating here in the kitchen, so that, I don't know, if she has company over, or maybe her grandkids or children or something, they can enjoy a good meal with grandma, or watch grandma slave over the stove and make them a pie, and then, you know, that sort of thing. I'm a bit loopy today. I haven't done voiceovers in a while, and yeah, just getting used to it. And like, I've had so much coffee today that I can't even. Do you ever have one of those days where you just like have a lot of energy? Yeah, that's just one of those days today. I don't know about. It's just maybe because it's post Halloween, we're kind of in that like Thanksgiving kind of Christmassy kind of mood. I don't know. It's too early for Christmas. Here I am with the tool mod again, adding another one of those debug brooms to the lot. And I just think that's so much more realistic when you can add like the broom just kind of push up against the wall and stuff, because it's just so relatable. And I think I'm just adding some crates in there to the kitchen, just to add a little bit of clutter, but not too much, because it's already quite busy in there. I think I play tested all those chairs, so it should work. But yeah, so we're moving on now to the grandmother's bedroom. I really like those window treatments. I never use those in builds, so I kind of like how it has that built out kind of wooden awning, not so much an awning, but like the wood trim on the top, and then those really nice looking curtains, very traditional looking. And using a bed I don't use often because it's very specific style. I think a lot of times with base game, it's kind of, a lot of the furniture in there is very traditional and Americana, like classic estate looking furniture. It's not too versatile, so yeah, sometimes it can be a bit difficult with base game. It's I feel like it's hard to find that happy medium of between either ultra modern or like super traditional style because of the way base game is set up. But yeah. And I'm using that trick where using a technique where you can move pictures. If you like delete a wall, you can take pictures and kind of scoot them into rooms and then make it look like it's just like a photo on your nightstand. So that's what I did. I figured that's probably grandpa. I'm thinking grandma is probably a widow at this point. She's lived a long life, and so she just keeps a picture of him next to her bed. And yeah, a bit bittersweet, but kind of nice. And hopefully my voiceover isn't all over the place today, but yeah, I hope you're getting value out of this video. And if you're a new viewer, welcome. Consider subscribing. I do lots of Sims content on this channel, and it's mostly just building, a lot of building. I'm obsessed with building. So if you're into that kind of stuff, maybe subscribe. And if you're liking this video, maybe just give it a thumbs up, because that lets YouTube know I'm doing a good job. And we are coming to the end of this video. I just have a few more items to add to grandma's room just to kind of make it a bit more lived in, because you know grandma's a classy lady, so she likes to smell good and look good. So you know there's just makeup and perfume on her end table. And yeah, it's just those little touches kind of just make a room feel more homey when you like just add a shoe rack and a flower vase and stuff. And then I think I was going through some of the artwork, kind of trying to figure out what to put on this wall, and I do end up using that painting that has portraits of people, and I thought that kind of looks like grandma. So yeah, that's just grandma in her prime. And so she just kind of framed it and just has that hung up on her walls to enjoy the glory days and look back, that sort of thing. And now we are finally moving on to the bathroom, the one and only bathroom in this cottage. And yeah, very traditional, cozy, cottagey style, I guess. It's kind of hard to describe things when you do voiceovers. It's kind of feels a bit monotonous at times, but yeah. So we're just adding a plunger. I like adding plungers near the toilets, just gives it more that realistic feel. And I've gotten obsessed with doing this lately. I'm adding that lipstick, like the chapstick cap that's in Debug, and I like to size it up and use it as kind of like a plunger holder type thing. But yeah, I don't know, just thought it really adds to the realism. And I always add toothbrush and soap to the sinks because I can't resist putting that there because it's kind of necessary. But yeah, just moving on to adding some artwork here in the bathroom, and that is the end of the video. And I will leave you guys with some photos and some nice music. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys next week and possibly the end of this week. I'm not going to make any promises because I don't know my schedule. But I'll see you whenever. Okay, bye!
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is